Well, a lot of attention has been given to Apple's iCloud ever since a number of nude celebrity photos surfaced. Those photos were stolen from the celebrities' accounts.
Joining us this morning is our tech expert, Dan Thompson, the only man to talk to about nude pictures being stolen. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, boy.
Talking about this iCloud situation, okay, a lot of people probably out there are going, well, I don't have nude pictures on my phone, or what are they doing with nude pictures on their phone? But really, the real issue here is there was a security breach for these people.
There was. And we have to be very careful around the language, or at least Apple does. I would call this not a breach, but certainly the celebrities would.
Yes.
So we don't know everything yet, but what it appears is that the celebrities either used weak passwords or they had weak security questions. So like, you know how when you set up all these things, it asks you, what city were you born in, what's your favorite musical artist, things like that. And so what we've kind of landed on with the world we live in today is that you can't use like real information for the answers of those questions because, like the city I was born in is very well documented on Facebook and, around everywhere. So someone could easily just get on my Facebook page or my own personal website for that matter and guess, oh, well, he was born in Knoxville. So whenever I'm posed with that question, I don't put in Knoxville. I just make something up. And frankly, it's not verifying the information anyway, just whatever you type in.
So don't put the real answer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's interesting. I usually pick the who's your best friend because that's like one that I won't forget.
Right, yeah, it's one you won't forget and maybe not easily guessable, but it may narrow it down to about 5 people.
Well, hello.
And I could try those 5 people. It's obviously more
hello.
I make up her name, don't worry.
She spells it wrong. So we just have to think about that thing. And one of the conversations that's come up is, hey, Apple has 2-factor authentication, which is a wonderful conversation to be having.
Wait, whoa. What?
So 2-factor authentication, essentially what it is when you try to buy something on the iTunes store, it sends you a code that you then have to enter in that proves I have my phone, this is really me, so now it lets me make the purchase. However,
like those weird codes we see that we have to type in to say we're a person and not a robot?
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's very similar to that, except it's something sent to your phone. However, the conversation around that has been, had these celebrities had 2-factor authentication, their pictures would not have been stolen, and that is absolutely not true, because 2-factor authentication does not protect iCloud backups or your photo stream. So while we should have 2-factor authentication anywhere you can, in this case, unfortunately, it would not have helped.
Let's move backwards a little bit and start with the question Moira's been wondering, what is an iCloud?
Yeah, so iCloud and the term cloud, unfortunately, are buzzwords that have been tossed around so much they don't really mean anything anymore. iCloud specifically refers to a service that Apple offers that allows you to back up your devices. So think of it as online storage. So like I can back up the pictures from my phone or from my iPad or from my iPod.
Does it do it automatically, or do you have to ask to do it?
You have to turn it on, but it can do this automatically. Now, here's the kicker. Apple is trying to forge straight ahead into health information. So things like integrating in your Fitbit, integrating in health information, so when you go to the doctor, you can, bump phones or whatever, and then now they have all your health information. So this is where it gets really dangerous. Nude photos of you showing up online could be the least of your worries if your Social Security number starts popping up, or if your doctor's information starts popping up. Things like that people could use to steal your ID or use to inconvenience you in some means when it concerns your health. So while passwords, the conversation has always been very important, as we add new features and functionality to these devices, it is that much more important. So passwords like fluffy or passwords spelled with $signs and zeros, that's not enough.
The bottom line right now to protect ourselves is good passwords, and good answers to those security questions.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So
the only 2 things we can do at this point, unless you just want to stop using the cloud.
Yeah, that's right. You can either stop using it or use strong passwords. And when I say strong passwords, think sentences, not like a single word, like sentences with a capital letter and a period, and really you should throw in some numbers in there as well, just for safekeeping, because they've gotten so good at these what they call dictionary attacks. However, in this case with the celebrity photos, it seems like the passwords were just guessed. So these are not like, hardcore cracking going on. This is just guessing passwords. Well, people use such common things as you'd be surprised how many people use the word God as their password, or Jesus as their password.
Or Jennifer Lawrence, Hunger Games.
Right, yeah, things like that. So, if it's, every time you sit down and you either answer a security question or you pop in a password, we have to think, if someone knew me really well, would they know the answers to these questions? And if the answer to that question is yes, don't use it. Also think, is it convenient for me to type this password in? If it's convenient for you to type it, it's probably convenient for someone to guess it or at least crack it.
She's been trying to crack my iCloud for years.
Oh, God. Dan, thank you. As
You're
always,
very welcome. You're
great
very welcome.
information. We'll be right back.